Think, pair, share is one of the most commonly used cooperative learning structures. Let's see how you can use this structure in your class. The starting point is thinking of a question or task that will encourage children of your class to think deeply. The first question here is obviously not one that requires deep thought. The second question does. You can learn more about the second type of questions in our video on questioning skills. After you have decided your question, divide the children into pairs. In many classrooms, children may already be seated in pairs. If there is an odd number of students in the class, you can have one or more triads. Then present your question or task and ask the children to think over it individually. After giving the children sufficient time to think, ask them to discuss their views with their partners. While the pairs are discussing, give them positive attention. This topic is covered in the video on cooperative learning. You may then ask some pairs to tell the class what they have discussed. If required, you may ask questions to help the pairs clarify their views. After the pairs have shared their views, you may have a whole class discussion to consolidate their learning. Two variations of think, pair, share are frequently used in Mulyavardhan activities: pair discussion share and think, write, pair, share. In pair discussion share, you form pairs, present them your question or task, and ask them to start discussing. After giving sufficient time for discussion, you ask the pairs to tell the class what they have discussed. In think, write, pair, share, after you have formed pairs, children have to think individually. Then they have to write their ideas as points. Then they have to discuss these points with their partners. Finally, you may ask some pairs to tell the class what they have discussed. Once your class has become used to working with think, pair, share and its variations, you can use these cooperative learning structures for the teaching and learning of other subjects as well.